Well, hello. It's a Saturday morning at about 7:30, and we're going to give you a tour of where we've been living. So over here, you can see the school, and because it's Saturday, some children are out and about. Oh, and that noise was the dog. His name is Bingo. He's he's our pal. This one. Yeah, I know. It's so exciting. Okay, so some of the children, I don't have anything in my hand. Some of the children are washing their clothes, and you can see they hang them on the fence over there. And so this is the entrance to the school compound, and the kitchen is there. The sign is right there, and then this is the entrance to Lillian and Fred Barraza's compound. And it's really, really muddy because the real rainy season has officially started. And so there's just mud everywhere, and it rains pretty much all night long. There's some storage in here, and then this is the kitchen. And Lillian is already boiling the milk over an open fire. She milks the cow every morning and every night and boils the milk and then adds Kenyan black tea leaves and masala chai and sugar, and it's delicious. So we have that every morning with breakfast. And this right here is a little charcoal cooker. They make their own charcoal by taking wood and covering it with mud and dirt, and then they light the whole thing on fire, and it cooks for 2 days, and then they uncover it and they have their charcoal. And so sometimes Lillian lets me cook here over this little charcoal cooker. Like the other night I made a soup with some beans, and the chickens sleep in here at night, and the little baby goat, and it's very smoky. The little baby goat is here now. He's very cute. Should we go inside or outside next?
Inside, because then we'll go to the church.
Oh yeah, okay. This is Lillian.
Oh my god.
This is our host, Lillian Barraza, and she's amazing and she does everything.
You help me do that.
Yes, I get to help a little bit. And I'm learning. Oh, let's go over here. This is Jamalek. We're making a video. Jamalek is the youngest son of Lillian and Fred. And this is Fred. Good morning, Fred.
Morning, Mary.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I like your tracksuit.
Oh, thank you so much.
And this is, be careful of the line that we hang the laundry on. We're going to keep going with the video. Mud, mud, mud. So this is their side of the house here. And Lillian is storing a lot of maize for a friend of hers. And in the china cabinet is where all the dishes are kept. And, oh, sorry. This room is the boys' bedroom. And then we have the kitchen area. And there are sinks. Sorry, I moved it. There are sinks, but no running water. And so we just bring water from outside. And this is where Lillian lets me do a lot of cooking. Because they have a propane tank and the gas. So it's easier and I can control the fire and things. And so I make soup and pasta, and there's always things hanging from the ceiling like fish and tomatoes and onions and rice. There's little small fish in here and things like that. So I really like to cook, and then there's always lots of fruit here, and this door is into Lillian and Fred's bedroom. And then we go on the other side of the house. This is sort of like the living space, living room. This is where we always eat and take our chai. We call it chai, they just call it tea or chai tea in the morning. And we've sort of influenced them with like a lot of condiments. And we brought Nutella and peanut butter and cracked salt and pepper and honey, and we made like a cinnamon sugar mix in here, and we have brown sugar and all these things. So we like to add things to our food. And over here, so looking back the other way, is the TV, which is sort of like the light in the room. They have a generator that they put petrol into, and then the TV is on most nights, every night for a few hours while they can watch the news and see what's going on. And he's Leatherman. So this is our room, and we like to sit here and read and study and do sorts of things, and kind of like our hangout spot. And then our bed with our mosquito netting over it, and we put a mosquito net over the window because of the bugs, and mostly just for at night, so we can still have the cool air at night. And when it rains, it's like so amazingly cool and wonderful, and we like the rainy season. We like being here when it rains because it's not so hot. And so I'll open this door. There's a little bit more light. This is kind of like our back door. And this is where we keep all of our things. Just our bags, and it's kind of storage for them too. We like to have our shoes all lined up. That's pretty much that room. We can go this way. Will you be able to see? So the door has two locks, one at the top, which you can reach your hand in from the outside and undo this one if it's just that one, or that one locks at the bottom. So at nighttime we are locked in here. We lock ourselves in with this door and the front door. But we could still get out if we needed to. And that's very squeaky. So now we're going to go see a little bit more of the compound. Ants.
And talk about the meals and everything.
Sure. So this is like a really great grove of trees where we like to sit, and the chickens walk around and things. When we first got here, Lillian and her nieces, who were home from school because the schools were closed for the week for elections, they would make all the food, and they always kept saying, no, you can't help. It's okay. Like, it was like I was a guest and I wasn't supposed to do that or something. And then slowly, in Swahili we say mos mos, slowly by slowly, Lillian started to let me help more. And this is a building for teacher housing. It used to be Lillian and Fred's oldest son, Calvin's, like his room and where he was and everything. And then he said, I can give that up just for the teachers to live there so that they have a place close to the school and don't have to be coming from so far away. Good morning. And so now we've reached the end of their property, the end of the compound, and let me do the water. Normally there's a bucket here.
Over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we stick the bucket in here, and this thing is supposed to collect a lot of rain. Then you have to stick your arm in the side and reach down and bring the water bucket up like this. And then we go over here.
What is it?
This is the toilet. I don't think I mentioned that. And so you go inside and there's... Are you going to follow me? Okay. So there's an actual toilet and kind of a room for showering if you want to take your shower in here. Got it? So I'll pour this into the top of the toilet, and then after you use the toilet, then you just pull up on this and it actually flushes like a real toilet and just goes down underneath where we are. I'm going to put this bucket back. Okay. So now we are here at the end of their compound. This is like the edge of it. And their property meets with the church's property. So we're going to wiggle our way through this sort of interesting, there's like lots of prickers and things and sharp things to deter anyone from coming on their property. But then there's a hole because everybody likes to have a shortcut. So there's like pit toilets here. They call them pit latrines, where it's just a hole in the ground. Okay, so I was talking about food. Yesterday morning, Lillian taught me how to make our favorite breakfast, which is called mandasi. And we made the dough the night before. And it's just like your typical flour, baking powder, eggs, milk, these sorts of things, a little bit of oil. And made the dough, and then yesterday morning rolled it out, and I sat with the like cooker of oil, and you just put little squares of the dough into the oil and they puff up, and it's like delicious fried dough, and it's very sweet. Oh yeah, you put sugar in it too. And that's what we eat with the Nutella and peanut butter and honey, and that's really when we love all of our condiments because it's very delicious. So this is the sign for the Christian Science Society. So basically we've just walked from this path here from Lillian and Fred's compound, so now we can kind of look back and see here's the teacher housing building, and their house is just there, and then the church is here. So you can see all of that behind me. I think this is going to be locked. Yeah, there's a padlock in there. Maybe we could see through a window. The church is like one long room, and you enter at the back, and there are lots of chairs and some stained glass windows, and they're always open during the church services, which is really nice, and there you can get a cross breeze. And then the readers stand at the front behind the podium, and it has a very like open feeling, and it's nice because people walking by on the road here can hear us singing or hear the lesson being read, and I really like that part. So now we're on the road. This is sort of like the one way in and out. This would be the road if we were coming from Migori. We would be on this road. It's 9 kilometers to Migori, which is like the closest like sort of town. There's like smaller villages, like one called Bondo and stuff. Oh, this building here just behind the church is the Posho mill. And so yesterday, we were out for a walk, and the sky was like amazingly beautiful blue over there, and the sun was over here, and then there was just like this huge cloud formation, and it was about to rain, like really heavy rain for a long time. And so Fred was in Migori, which is 9 kilometers away, and normally we take like motorcycle taxis to get back here, and he said that anybody that he could find refused to bring him on a taxi on their motorcycle because they kept saying, like, they say, oh, it is falling on that side, which is like the rain is falling. But they don't really say rain, they just say it. It's falling, it's falling. And so he walked the 9 kilometers in the rain and then got home like I think a few hours later probably. It's very muddy, but usually the motorcycle taxis are your best bet, because even when the road, like a lot of the road maybe was washed away, but at least there's usually like some part of it where they can pass, or they'll find a way to go up on the grass and get you there still. Whew. Mud, mud, mud. Okay. So this white and blue building over here is the police station. And just on the other side of the hill, they call that Kuria land. And Kuria is the other tribe. It's like the Kuria and the Luo. And those were the two tribes that were fighting for a long time before they built the school. And now people can come together more and work through their differences. So the name of this area is Nguchoni. And so it's the Nguchoni Christian Science Society. This hill, they call it Nguchoni Hill. And it's also the name of Petals, Nguchoni Petals of Africa School. And so that's how this area is identified. It's closest to like the town of Migori, but this area out here is called Nguchoni. And it's an N and a G together at the beginning, so you have to Nguchoni, like say it without a vowel in there. And so this is where the new road is being built. Almost every day of the week there's a tractor out here, and the road is actually going to go just around the school, because the actual school buildings are pretty much at the back of the property here, and then that meets with like other farmers' plots of lands and things. And so the road is going to go right through in between the neighbors' lands and the school, and hopefully it will be better because they're going to dig ditches for the sides of the road for drainage, and that will be better also for the school. And so you can see, I like this here, you can see behind, oh, careful, big puddles. Behind the school, lots of people do their laundry there, and then there's a line and they can hang the laundry to dry. A lot of Saturday is a good time to do laundry, although pretty much someone has been doing laundry almost every day of the week. Hear a motorcycle taxi coming, or maybe just someone's motorcycle. Maybe we move this way. These are the swings where the children love to play, especially you'll see the small children out a lot. And maybe can we turn around and show them this way? So this is like the other side of Lillian and Fred's house. The first window is their bedroom, and then the living room, and then, their bedroom window, and then their kind of storage room, and then the living room, and then our bedroom window. Round and around and around. So we just want to tell you all about how much we've loved our time here, and how at home we have felt. Just, there are a lot of things that are different from the way life is in America. But we found it really easy to be just very open and honest with Lillian and Fred, and whether it was about the food or the way that we take showers, or sort of the way that things are done, figuring it out. And we just found that, in our honesty with them and an openness and just kind of making everything light and warm, that it's been really easy to communicate our needs and to figure out what they need from us. So it's just been a beautiful thing, and we really encourage anyone to come and see, because the children are really wonderful. They have so many questions about life in America. They just are very curious and want to know about the world. Some of them maybe haven't even been as far as Migori, which is only the 9 kilometers away. Most of them, I was in a 4th grade class the other day, and the teacher was trying to talk to them about skyscrapers and buildings, and he said, raise your hand if you've been to Nairobi, and nobody raised their hand, in a class of 25 4th graders. And so you just sort of wonder, they want a bigger perspective of what the world is like, even just here in Kenya, cities and towns, and where things are different from how it is here at Petals. And I think it's really good for the rest of us, outsiders too, to come and get a really different perspective on life, because it is really beautiful here at Petals. And the children are, they're just very warm, and so let them ask you questions. Let them, sort of be curious, and if you just say, does anyone else have a question, they'll sort of follow you around in little packs, or big packs sometimes. And I just stood there for a while the other day as they were following me, and they said, does anyone else have a question? And this went on for, it can go on for hours, but it went on for about an hour as they were just asking lots of different things about life in America or wherever. So we really encourage lots of visitors. In terms of the creature comforts, like your toilet, you have to walk to the end of the compound to go to the bathroom or whatever. But for the most part, we still have delicious food that Lillian makes. And if you sort of keep pushing the point and saying, I want to help, or I want to set the table, or what can I do, or I want to help with the dishes, she'll slowly let you help with some of those things as you kind of make your way in and feel more like family instead of a guest. And so that's been really wonderful for us to feel embraced by the family and to get to feel a part of the family. I think that's all we wanted to share. And so we hope this has given you a good idea of what we've been experiencing for the past number of weeks, like month and a half here, of being here and being with the children and the family, and just getting to learn all about the school. So we hope that you've enjoyed seeing where we've been and how we've been living. Bye.